When speaking on Javon Armstrong, I believe he is the definition of a possible uncut gem. Yeah, he's got some talent, but being on the lanky side and being more of a runner than a passer, what will he actually bring to the table at the next level? I can see him at a small D1 school like a Georgia State or maybe a Delaware, but that's about it, and I don't see him being much of a factor at the next level. All my life, I've been the underdog, whether it was in class, on the field, or just life in general. I've always had that chip on my shoulder because compared to everyone else, I was average at best, underwhelming at worst. That's okay though. Everyone has their opinion, and honestly, everyone has a chance to prove people wrong. For me though, I ain't stressing it too hard. I'm here chilling, skating, and ready to ball out in my senior year. Cause you only get one senior year in high school. But hold up. I'm being rude, and my momo taught me better than that. My name is Javon Armstrong, and I'm a senior at Zachary High and a 2-star quarterback for them as well. And this senior year, hopefully this is the season I can take the step as the starting QB. All my life, I loved football, and a lot of the time, it hasn't loved me back. Not in the slightest. I was good, but not great. But I've been putting in the work, I've been training, and as I ran out the tunnel for the first time for the last year of high school, I was hoping this year, my senior year, things would finally turn around for me. To say my senior year was an insane one would be an understatement. From word go, whether it was through the air, on my feet, I was just locked in, And I really can't even explain it. It was like pressure, it didn't matter. Third and long, it didn't matter. We needed a score, it didn't matter. Calling a QB run or having to make a pass, it was like nothing I did was going to be for a negative play. I was cool, I was calm, I was just getting the ball out and doing my thing. And it was showing what offers was coming in first from like small schools like an Akron, but then like Auburn gives me one and Houston gives me one. And then you mix it in with like a Louisiana Tech and a Southern Miss, and it was surreal coming home every day and seeing college letters. Some small, some from SEC, some from Big Ten, some from all these Power 5 conferences. And my name was getting out there. I mean, the biggest one for me was Georgia Tech because, as a quote unquote pure runner, that fits me perfectly, But I couldn't forget what got me here. And I was balling on the field. And it was like I just had a third eye. If I needed to run, I didn't hesitate. If I needed to make a pass, it was fine. I was running through tackles, linebackers struggling to bring me down, me standing in the pocket, knowing I gotta take off and just taking as many yards like it owed me something. No matter who we faced, no matter what it looked like, no one could really stop me. And little by little, as it went on, my ranking, my star rating just continued to grow and more eyes were on me. I was ready to go. I was ready to get it going. And soon enough, the end of the season was here. I was one of the top quarterbacks in the state. I had people wanting me to be starters at their school. The home school like LSU was looking at me, offering me scholarships. I just couldn't believe it. I just had to thank God. Because I went from a 2-star to a 3-star. SEC schools wanted me to start for them. And when I got down to the final 5, to have 2 SEC schools and an ACC school giving me the opportunity to come and fight for a job there, I couldn't believe it. Of course, I had to keep Missouri State because they always wanted me, and that's my loyalty to them. But I couldn't help but look ahead. What if I was good enough to be an SEC quarterback right out the gate? As much as surreal it was, I had to lock in because it was senior night. My last game here, my last game with my brothers. I wanted to go out with a win, so I had to ball out. Starting out the game, I had to set the tone and immediately saw open space and took off. I was eating up yards and even trying to run through everybody. This was my last night and I was going to have fun. Second time, same verse, making moves, spinning people out their shoes, already taking it into their territory. I wasn't done either. Dropping back, no matter if they got through, delivered a dot in the middle of the field. And we was knocking on the door. It's 1st and 10 here, find them on a quick little slant, get a nice cool 8 yards. And then we hit our bread and butter, QB run up the middle, and they actually stopped me short. But if first you don't succeed, try again and fall short. And on 4th down, I told coach, let us go for it. And this time I lowered that shoulder and ran right through them for our first score of the game. And even though they didn't go away, and we were up 14-7, I didn't care. I was about to come out here and ball. And once again, they gave me that lane and gave me another first down. Now, about to go into their territory, I decided to take a shot in double coverage, and my boy came down with it, looking good. And now it was time to deliver an absolute dot over the linebacker's head for another touchdown to go up 2 scores. And I was absolutely feeling it. But this was it here, where all of a sudden down 3, I find my dude on a slant, and he decided he wanted to be like Odell and break a slant into a tutty, but he just wasn't fast enough. But you know what? He got us into Cougars territory. And then my running back gets the space, gets some more yardage, try to make a spin move, but tackling. But this offense was humming. And I was being the orchestrator right now. And as I got outside all that green grass, I took it right into the end zone for a TD to help us go up 3, pending this extra point. But here at the end of the game, down 6, my boys needed a touchdown. I dropped back, found him on a drag, got the first on 4th and inches. And with less than 30 seconds to go, I had to find something to get us in the striking distance. And I found my dude on the post in the middle. And with 10 seconds left, last play of the game, no timeouts, I roll out. I said, I'm getting in this end zone. And senior night ended with a dub for the boys. And even though we celebrated, the offers rolled in. Georgia, I believe Texas came in as well that night. I was official 4-star. But my coach told me it was time. I gotta weed it down to 3. And it was Vanderbilt, Georgia Tech, Mississippi State, and Missouri State. Do I stay loyal to them, or do I go for greener pastures? And as far as I knew, Vanderbilt wanted me to be their starter. Honestly, everybody wanted me to be their starter. In the end, I decided to go with Vandy, G-Tech, Mississippi State. And as that day came, and those 3 hats sat in front of me, all I could do was thank God how 1 year my life turned around, from not even going to a big school to having 3. All wanted me to be the starter there. And as my fans, family, school, classmates all looked on, it was time. And in that moment, I honestly didn't know who I was going to pick. Was I going to pick Mississippi State? Do I go to Georgia Tech, who was the first big school to offer me something? Or do I go to Vandy? Do I go to the SEC schools? Vandy was the first school to talk about me starting. In the end, I kind of knew who I was getting rid of first. And Mississippi State, as much as I love them, they weren't my spot. But soon enough, we was down to 2. Deep down, in that moment, I made my choice. And it was going to change my life.